Wait a minute. That's not what it's like to work here. That recruiting video's just a hunk of shit.
What's up, everybody? Hey, Zap Biohazard back. I know it's been a couple of days, and I know this is a new stream time, but I announced this last week. But this week, what the plans are today, obviously, 12 to 3. I'll be running tomorrow, 12 to 3, and then Thursday and Friday, I'll be running 12 to 3. So that's the plan. That's what's going on. Um, Anderson, I'm glad that works out for you, and I'm glad it works out for potentially Zano there as well, where it's you guys get a chance to jump in, here a little bit later on and see what's going on. Let me clear out some things here so I can see what's going on with the stream, and hopefully we'll be good to go. Hey, Jelly, what's going on, buddy? We missed you the other day. I know you're kind of taking a little bit of a break there, but we missed you the other day. So, no more further ado. Let me see if I can actually get into the verse here at this point. So, just have work off schedule today, but Brigand may be on. Okay.
You have gained recognition.
Alrighty, so looks like Chad just did something there, but it's not showing it to me yet, so I'll see it here in a minute, Chad. Hopefully. Let's see. Alright, okay, so what it did is Chad just re-upped his Twitch Prime, so thank you very much there, buddy. Hey, Team Nova, welcome back. Cup Lord Cluck. Alright, sup, not cup. Well, that's a pretty big typo there, Chief. We're going to stick with the EU for right now. So guys, I'm not going to plan on doing anything big or crazy or anything weird today. Just kind of going to hold back and, again, re-explore, get refamiliarized with some of the older trade routes just in case. Anderson, did you have a chance to verify anything with Ralgoth there about what the new commodities are going to look like? At least up there around Microtech. Agricium, last thing we talked. Okay. That's definitely a good one. Couldn't verify how much it sells. Alright. So let me even begin to figure out where I am at. I spent most of the weekend with my lovely wife. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. I did not get a chance to log in and get a whole bunch of gameplay in. There's a place that sells a lot of gases, astatine as well. That's awesome. That'll work. Alright, Nova. Yes and no, okay? Trading is going to change. There's going to be a few things that come out in 3.10 that we've expected. Right now, if you go to any trade terminal, and I'll just kind of stop where I'm at, but if you go to any trade terminal, the supply-demand is currently broken in 3.9, okay? So, because the supply-demand is broken, you can reset terminals and you can do things like that. The min prices are available, max sale prices are available, but that should all be going back to normal, okay? The basic economy should be going back to normal, which means you won't have the ability to get unlimited supply just to do trades, okay? So there is going to be a lot more time involved in trying to get what you need to get. In some cases, it may be more advantageous, like it was before, to just run a cheaper commodity and have a really strong resupply that is able to be, pushed through. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, is practicing those kinds of things. It won't be until 311 that we actually get like the, if everything holds true, that we actually get like the trading docks and stuff like that, where trade will take a huge change, an absolutely huge change. But because of 391 and the length of time that it took for so much, or so much within 391 to have these terminals broken the way they are with the supply demand, a lot of people have forgotten really how to do a lot of trades. Okay? So, that said, today is not necessarily about making a crap ton of money. Today is pretty much just about, let's go back, let's touch base on some of those older trades, and let's make sure that you guys are back up to speed with locations that you can get to. Yeah, so Tram & Myers, it'll still be solid from a point of, do you want to buy Diamond or do you want to buy, pretty much just primarily Diamond, right? So you can go there, but like Jelly just said, it's going to be Pirate Central. A lot of what's happened with the fixed weapons, with the atmospheric flight, how long it's going to take you to get in and out of those locations. If you're not flying with someone, you're in trouble. Okay? You are definitely going to need guards. But that said, if you can get a couple of people to man your turrets are an absolute beast, from my understanding, in the next patch. So that'll go over really, really well. Yeah, so again, Team Nova, I'm just going to tell you, trade at your own risk, coming in and out of Tram & Myers. Alright, so because a lot of people are going to have access to freelancers and potentially freelancer maxes pretty dang quick, if they already don't have one, I'm going to go ahead and fly the freelancer max today. Don't need to pull the cat out, don't need to do anything crazy, just need to be able to pull the freelancer max out. And again, some of these you'll be able to run on a regular basis. The smaller the cargo compartment, obviously, if you want to be able to make money, you're going to have to run back and you're going to have to jump into much more expensive commodities, right? And besides, I need to get a little bit more practice on the joysticks, because right now, it's been a couple of days. There's the ass end sinking down like it normally does. Yeah, Nova, that's fine. I understand that you want to run Laranite, but Laranite's not going to have the capacity that it's had in the past. You are going to have a very high, strict competition for it. So running Diamond and then running a leg back across the galaxy is going to be, in my opinion, preferential, because that's what was easier to do before. 310 had all the supply issues. And exactly the statement that you just made about personally you run Laranite, that is the problem. When 310 hits PU, okay? When it hits the persistent universe, what's going to end up happening is you're going to run into a scenario where you are going to struggle to get good quantities of Laranite, okay? Certain locations are going to be really sucked up. So if you want fast runs with with an okay profit margin, Diamond was a good mid-tier, Astatine's a good mid-tier, and Gold will be all right. So for here, I think what I'm going to do is, for right now, set my destination back over here to Crusader. And we'll explore a few things as we get into Quantum. Alright, Nova, I'm about to show you that. Let me get this sucker going here. And you know what? I also forgot to turn on my voice attack, so while that's going, let me go ahead and jump down and throw up my voice attack really quickly. And while that's loading, go back over to Gallic here. Okay, so Team Nova, this is how quantities work, right? If we go in and we take a look at, let's just say, Diamond, okay? If you look at Gallig under the Commodities tab, you're going to see that Diamond at its min-max is 585 and 735. So about a 1.5 AUEC profit margin, okay? So at its best, it's got a 20% margin. Really not that bad, okay? All right. Now, if you click on it, it's going to bring up the locations that are selling it, and it's going to bring up the locations that are buying it. Okay? So, back in the day, and back in the day is probably just a few months ago, right? You know, and back in the day refers to like 3.8, early 3.9. You need to pay attention to what your max inventories are and what your refresh rates are. Okay? You need to match this up to what your ship is capable of doing. So right now, I'm in a freelancer, right? I have 120 SCU, which is, what, 12,000? So 12,000, okay? So if I were to go to Magna, and I were to go to Paramin, if nobody's touched it, they would have more than plenty quantity for me. But if somebody's been there, then I have to wait enough minutes to allow that to refill for my ship to hit. So what I look for is I look for locations that have a good max inventory and a real high refresh rate. So as you can see, Tram and Myers on Diamond, every single minute is kicking in 1.6 million in Diamond, which means that is an absolutely fantastic refresh rate, right? This location should never run out of, no matter how many people are hitting it up, this location should never run out of Diamond for you to purchase. Then on the flip side, you have to go to the sell, and you have to find a location that takes a really good high inventory, or has a really good high inventory, and a really good refresh rate. Which is the reason why, if you look, Levski, or not Levski, but Lorville, is probably your #1 location to be able to run them to and from. That's how the quantities work. Okay? I know that sounds like it may be boring and it's a whole lot of information, but when you're looking through these lists, this is going to be your best friend. Okay? Now, typically what you can do is you can sort here and say, alright, who's got the best refresh rates? And you can look at it like that and say, okay, I should be running, theoretically, Tram and Myers to Lorville. That's going to help you out, right? So I've got the best purchase price, I've got the best sell price, I've got the most refresh rate with a good inventory, most refresh rate, good inventory. However, here's the problem. What happens if all the pirates are sitting right here? Do you really want to risk it? Well, I know that if I'm in my freelancer, my max, okay, I can come down here to ArcCorp, area 150 or area 56 in Walla, and take a look. I've still got a 2,000 per minute refresh rate, which means if I had to wait 5 minutes, maybe 6, I have a full load no matter what I'm able to fill up on a freelancer max. And then I can immediately fly to Lorville and sell it. Still got the same purchase, still got the same sale. So this is how you find alternates to what you've got to run, or what you can do. Okay? Alright, so first and foremost, Sealand, and we all know good old-fashioned Tram and Myers, right? So let's go ahead and head there. Let's see what happens. Spool quantum drive. Alright, Gravity Hamster. I don't think I've ever seen you chat here before, so welcome to the stream, buddy. It's good to find a place you can sell to on the way and pick up medical supplies. And pick up. Medical supplies are good. Alright, so in current value, medical supplies are good because of the trade terminals. We have historically had problems with them in the past when the trade terminals were not just free-flowing. Launch Quantum Drive. Team Nova, I don't think I could put that any better, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it on stream because, you know what, this is an adult stream, and I really don't care about any type of language issues. So yes, Tram and Myers is still going to be great profit, but guess what? You better clench your butthole going in and out of it, because there's going to be pirates, there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff. So, I love the statement there, buddy. Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Alright, so historically, in previous patches, every time I would get on, I would take a smaller ship and I would go and I would look and start seeing exactly what was going on and what trade routes were actually open. Because I didn't want to risk it with a high value caterpillar, right? Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Yeah, and as War Medic put it, if the comm array is down, don't be a clown, man. Don't go in there. It's just not worth it because you know people are hunting. They're not going to want the crime stat. They're just going to be out there hunting and doing whatever they possibly can. So be advised, especially with if you see up here, and let's just go there, if you see up here in this upper corner, your comm array is down, man, don't even touch it. Don't even go in there. It is just not worth it. Spool Quantum Drive. Yeah, I could see that too. You know, you can get in there and you can do some scouting. Now, the perfect scenario is, and I'll just say this because we've had it happen, you play a little bit later at night and you end up on a server that's actually shutting down and that people are not on. So you get, once you get to a server where you have, you know, 6 or 7 people on it. I forgot how fat this girl is. I'm gonna have to do a flyby. We'll just spool that back out. Alright, but once you get to where you're on a server where you only have 6, 7, 8, 10 people and it's late at night and stuff is kind of holding pretty steady, you'll be pretty good. So like right here, it's Tram and Myers. There was somebody coming in pretty much right behind me, right? So let's see what we got to deal with here. So it's another freelancer. In most cases, I'm going to say, since it's a freelancer, I'm not too worried about it. Now, he's doing his own ping on me just to see what's going to go on here, but spool Quantum Drive. He's probably curious as to why I flew by without landing. Landing gear down. Enter third person view. Go on, buddy. I ain't worried about you. See, he came in for a nice little slide and landing, which is just fine. I don't want to hit him. Alright. Well, so War Medic, he probably went in there because he was more worried about whether or not he was going to get an opportunity to get all the Laranite. And frankly, for right now, for demonstration purposes, with what's going on... Oh, Jelly, I know, man. It's just so tempting. I'm not going to do it, though. Obviously, he's a freelancer max pilot. He is not out here to cause any harm. I'm just going to go ahead and deal with what I'm going to deal with. You know, if this was about trying to escape from prison and do all other kinds of stuff, then yeah, absolutely. But again, this is about, we are really close to 310 dropping, and I want people to understand how to get in and do what they need to do. So he probably snagged all the Laranite. Again, I'm not too worried about it. But if I come over here... Come on, really? I gotta go reset the terminal? That's freaking fantastic. Already. See, but War Medic, that's your gameplay style. That's not mine. I'm okay with that, though. Because generally speaking, you're on my team, so... Alright, let's see. I shouldn't have had any issues, so he's already bolting. He's gone. He got what he wanted. Let's get that to sync. Let's see if we can try this again without having to leave the location. No, War Medic, I don't think you're slightly evil. I think you're full-on evil. It's just, you know, every once in a while you just gotta enjoy some, well, how can I put this? Some wholesome tendencies, just to make it feel like you're kind of offsetting it every once in a while. Alright, let's see if this happened to reset the terminal. If not, we're going to have to fly out, fly back in, and try it again. Still no commodities for me. Love it. So guys, this is what happens every once in a while. And the only thing that you can do is try and do a reset like I just did by going in and out of your ship and then going back to the terminal and trying to get it to pick back up again. If it doesn't happen, you're going to have to fly out of the zone and then fly back in. Nobody's here at the moment. I'm not even closing that door yet. We're just going to take off and come back in. I know. What not to do. Everything that I'm telling you, what not to do, is what I'm doing right now. Enter third-person view. Should be right back over here. Enter third-person view. Spool quantum drive. Spool quantum drive. Oh, I love low gravity flight. It's almost as good as decoupled. Enter third-person view. You and War Medic are not misunderstood citizens. You and War Medic are... how can I put this? Yeah, new time slot, man. I announced it last week. It was a little bit easier and a little bit more convenient for me to be able to get in and actually be awake when I stream. You're innocent. Innocent. Innocent until proven guilty? Absolutely. Innocent by the standard meaning of the word? Absolutely not. Jelly, you know it, and I know it. So how's the day treating you, Red? We have diplomatic immunity. Okay. All right. I'll give you diplomatic immunity, at least with my group. So still no commodities. Okay. So Tram and Myers is not functioning well for me. Okay. Last ditch effort. You know what? I experienced my first red day today, this morning. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, it was what it was. But, you know what? You gotta take them when you get them. You know, you gotta deal with them when you get them. And then, ironically, I turned around in my simulator and made $5 grand. So, it is what it is. Just, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not sweating it. I mean, I know that that's the reality of what's going to happen. Alright, I'm going to fly out one more time, and I'm going to try it. We should be outside of any type of zone here. I'm going to give it good distance again. And see if we can get the damn terminal to reset. Spool quantum drive. So I am 6,000 out. If this doesn't reset it, then the only thing I can do is pretty much just jump servers. Because obviously old boy was able to load, which means that it's my connection going into the server. More fun taking rings. So, obviously, you guys were talking about some more combat stuff that's going on. Alright, one more time. If this doesn't work, then I am swapping servers. Unfortunately, that is going to be a downfall of if the trade terminals just don't operate for you. Because there is no reason this one should not be functioning. Got my audio, got my location. There we go. Now we finally got some stuff. Now again, some of the other options here, if you want quick runs, obviously titanium. You can pull titanium if you want. So here's one of the good things. Let me go ahead and go grab our commodities. Right? Titanium. So we can make a pretty good profit margin off of titanium as well. So one of the things that you can do is look at who's going to take it, right? and what your refresh rates are. So Port Olisar has the ability to take a large quantity but doesn't refresh very fast. Okay? So if I'm doing a real quick run and I want to be able to just make some real fast cash with not a long drawback here, I'll go ahead and grab that titanium. Let's go ahead and max out. Let's load up. 120. So we're at 85K is what it takes to load this sucker up. Right? 85,200. Yeah, War Medic, so do I. They are really starting to, especially, let's just call a spade a spade. The closer we get to 310 coming out, the less and less the devs are paying attention to anything that has to deal with the PU. So right now, I mean, we're looking at a situation where that should be loaded. I'm not even gonna go down that road. So the more and more that we get closer to the to 310, the less the devs are paying attention to the PU. So we're going to see more and more glitches and errors and stuff. So far, I've seen that with every single patch that we've been through to this point. All right. So if you're in a situation and... Hey, Eric. Good morning. Or afternoon at this point. Sorry, I'm so used to saying good morning as people jump into the stream with my normal time slot. So, getting back to that, if you're in a situation where you're on a good server, you don't have people there, or, you've got Tram and Myers for the most part locked down, then the speed run is truthfully your titanium, okay? You're going to make a whole lot more money off of your titanium running it in and out of Port Olisar. Freelancer Max, not the Caterpillar, don't. Spool Quantum Drive. Spool Quantum Drive. No, Eric, I will play 310 when 310 actually hits. I mean, I don't like playing an alpha of an alpha, to put it bluntly. I don't think it's going to do me any good to be able to be in there and do all that other stuff. So right now, no, I am in 391, and I'm showing older trade routes so that when 310 hits, people aren't just stuck with all I know how to run is Laranite because it just works all the way, completely. Launch Quantum Drive. So again, if Tram and Myers is open or you're on a late night server that doesn't have a lot of people, fantastic run for you to be able to make some funds. Request landing pad. 1. Enter third-person view. Landing gear. This is the MSI G27. The curved one? Yeah. Landing gear down. Enter third-person view. There it is. Just right into it. She don't stop. Oh, of course. That, my friends, is why you typically avoid Autoland. Because it sucks. Alright. Now, she took my money. So let's just see how it plays out. I know the cargo's not showing right now, but that's an old freelancer problem. Alright, so again, very basics here. Tram and Myers, enter at your own risk. You will make money. You do have quick, close sale points if you need to, especially on things like diamond and like titanium. Alright. So if you're able to capitalize on this, it was 85 to load. This is a Freelancer Max. So it was 85 to load, which means I'm making about 21 and a half on this particular run. Okay? And, you know, I could sit here. Excuse me, damn. One sec. I could sit here all day long doing 21 and a half in about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay? Doesn't sound like it's a whole lot, but if you're in a very stable situation, very stable server, you can make this happen constantly, right? Now, the next thing to check is, let's see exactly, and this is another good thing about Gallic here, right? Now, I know that I'm planning on heading back over to Tram and Myers, right? So just for argument's sake here, I'm going to go ahead and click on Tram and Myers, and it's going to bring up everything that they buy and everything that they sell, okay? And again, I can look at inventories, I can look at refresh rates, the whole 9 yards. So if I were to look at what I could bring them from here, right? Medical supplies should be one of them. And they will take a max inventory of approximately 5,000. Okay? Heavy Bob, welcome to the stream. I will jump right back here with you in just 1 second on this. Let me finish this thought here. So, basically, I can take up to 50 SCU and bring medical supplies back out to them, right? So that way, I'm not deadheading a leg. So, we've got our Freelancer Max. And again, now look, I have absolutely no commodities that I can buy or that I can sell here at Porto. This is ridiculous. Let's see if it's going to sync now. Freelancer Max. Nothing. Alright, I'm jumping servers. That's a load of garbage. Let's see. Exit to menu. Let's go ahead and exit to menu. Okay, so Heavy Bob. While I'm reloading in here. Hi. New to stream? What's it like? Or new to Star Citizen? What's it like? I was thinking about buying it, but I don't want to be bullied at my local convention hall. Any suggestions on what I can do? Okay. Here's the deal. Star Citizen, and I'm going to be very blunt with you. Star Citizen is an alpha test game. It's not a full game. Okay? There are a couple of ways that you can get into the game. One, you can buy one of the most basic account chips possible, which is about 45 USD, and you can get in and you can play. There's going to be very limited gameplay that you're going to be capable of running because of the fact that it's a brand new account chip and it's one of the basics. They're still playable, they're still workable. It's a little bit more of a challenge until you build up some funds. Okay? Or you could spend a little bit more, which my thought process here is, if I spend $60 on a PS4 game when it first comes out, why wouldn't I spend about the same thing here, right? But here's the difference. That $60 here gives me unlimited access to this game until they decide to take it live and change the pay pattern. Okay? So, Heavy Bob, I would honestly recommend, if you are going to be starting out and you are willing to spend 60 instead of, or 65 instead of 45, you want the Titan Avenger package. You will not feel like you went wrong with that Titan Avenger package. Okay? Now, the other side of that equation is you have to have a PC that is strong enough to run this. It's an alpha. It's not optimized, which means it's very heavy hardcore on your processor and very heavy on your video card, and it needs to be run from an SSD. If you don't meet those kind of criteria, you're in trouble. All right? Now, since you are on Twitch, if you look down in my tabs down below, you're going to see my computer specs. Okay? My computer specs will hold an average of upper 30s to lower 40s frame rate throughout most places in this game. So compare that to what you want out of your own system. All right, Ethan. Man, it's been a little while since I've seen you on, buddy. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and get our Freelancer Max back out on the pad. Maybe this time, since we jumped to a different server, things will work out a little bit better. So again, Heavy Bob, hopefully that answered your question. Star Citizen is an absolutely fantastic game. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I wasn't addicted to it, and I'm glad that I am here. But hopefully, you know, hey, hopefully you enjoy it. Alright, so medical supplies. Let's see if we can try this all over again. One more time. Freelancer Max. And still no commodities. I don't know, man. I don't know what I got to do here. This is, Alright. We're gonna do what I don't want to do. Yeah, Ethan, I'm not gonna mod you. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna say that, and it's not meant to be rude. I don't have any mods set up for my chat. It's something that there are very few people that I will let have full access to my chat to be able to do what they want to do. Okay? So I am sorry. Hopefully that doesn't take you as a, you know, that's not a negative. It's just not something that I open up for everybody. You know what? You are absolutely correct. I clicked on the wrong damn thing trying to pay attention to a whole bunch of other stuff. We will put that on Mike's fuck-up list for the day. Let's go right back in. You know, it's not even early morning, and oh man, it is what it is. All right. So what is that? BRC bacon? Okay, dude. Yeah, glad. I'm glad you caught that. Yeah. All right. Everybody, feel free. Go ahead and give me grief. I actually was clicking the wrong buttons entirely. So, chat, feel free. Make fun. Have at thee. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure that it's actually going to pull first before I ever try and load anything to it. Yes, Lord Cluck. Lord Cluck is failing miserably this morning, or this afternoon. I don't even know what the hell time it is anymore. Alright, so back to the buy button, and here we go. You gonna give me my freelancer? There's my max. Alright, so medical supplies. We know that we can take up to 50 SCU. Okay? So let's go ahead and push that number up where it's supposed to be. We are going to get our maximum out of this. So I'm buying for 78, right? That was the most passive-aggressive burn that I think I've seen, Red Dragon. Thank you. So 78, 750. This time you're not laughing with me, you're laughing at me. It's all good. I am okay with that. I am here to entertain, whether that is because I'm a complete dumbass at the moment, or whether that's because, you know, you guys are actually enjoying the content. So, either which way, I'm alright with it. That said, I'm still not putting on the chicken suit. Which, by the way, how's the GoFundMe working right now, Red Dragon? Oh, goodness. Engines on. Come on, I know you got it. Boy. She didn't even want to go up straight that time. Spool quantum drive. Yeah, this time cargo's showing, which is good. Launch quantum drive. Alright. So the response to the GoFundMe has been overwhelming. People really want to see you do embarrassing things. Alright. So remember, that's a pretty big freaking account for me to have to put on a chicken suit and a ball gag all at the same freaking time, buddy. Good luck with that. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. So again, this is just going to be a quick kind of, you know, here we go, basic, you know, some of the older basic trade routes kind of routines, what's sitting there, what's available. Let's see, where is it at? I need that one. Okay. Spool quantum drive. Let's see if I can bring this old girl in without crashing or belly flopping. You know, it was up there. I have to go back and double check exactly what I said. I don't want to mislead you on that one. But I know it was up there. Is anybody else that was in chat that day? Does any? No. Oh, hell no, Red. It took 100 for me to buy the damn suit and put it on and do the freaking chicken dance. I'm definitely not doing it for way under that. I already told you, if I have to go buy a damn ball gag, my wife is probably going to freak out. Wonder what the hell I'm doing. Alright, so there's an Avenger. Freelancer. So, like, this isn't shady at all, right? They're just hanging out there now, right? No. We'll wait for them to clear station. Comma ray's still up, but we'll wait for them to clear station. Wonder if they were just kind of checking each other out, though. Let's see. So there's my Avenger. There's my Freelancer. Let's scan you. Alright, so Red, I do have a deal down below. I am working my stream around my wife's days off. So what's going to end up happening is, and obviously you know this as well as I do, that if you're going to be doing any type of day trading, true day trading, in the market, that it's better to hit it up before noon. It's the first thing in the morning is usually when things are a little bit better for day traders. So seriously though, I will be streaming from noon to 3 on every day that I do stream. I am gearing it around my wife's work. So this week I've posted the updated calendar. I will be today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. If I can get Saturday, I will put Saturday in play. But as of right now, it's today, tomorrow, and Thursday and Friday. I hear more ships coming in and bolting in. What do we got this time? Dang it. What are you? That's an Avenger. There's a Freelancer. Rugged Razor. That one looks like he's getting ready to leave. Yeah, so the first, half hour to an hour, and that last half hour to an hour, the last hour that I've seen is usually just a general degradation. It's not really a climb. I mean, I've seen more activity and more action during aftermarket trades, after hours trades. And pre-market trading. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just kind of... I'm tired of sitting here. We're going to go ahead and risk it. Landing gear down. Enter third-person view. Oh yeah, most definitely. If you catch if you catch the right points where you've got some massive sell-offs, you're going to usually end up with what I've noticed trending wise is where people are trying to capture that that momentum, that reverse momentum itself. So you'll catch some upticks in there if you're willing to make a few cents per a large quantity of shares. But I mean, it is what it is. I tried doing it today, and like I said, today was the first day that I actually had a down day. I caught a massive sell-off during the opening bell, and I was like, all right, this thing had pre-market tons and tons of volume. Lots of people were selling it off. I got in where I thought it was down at the bottom, and it wasn't the bottom. So... You and I both talked about that. It's when to pull that trigger, right? Yep. Before he shoots me in the back, let me at least just go ahead and sell what I've got. Alright, so we're kind of in an iffy situation here, but just because it's stream and I do want to show it, guys, the next one that I would typically do is go ahead and grab, Diamond. That's your other bread and butter run. So for 70k, let's go ahead and pick it up. There is more than enough quantity here that I can work with in and out of Port Olisar. Again, if Port Olisar is giving you grief, or you got pad rammers, or you got other stuff going on, run it over to Levski. Levski's another good little location. Okay? You'll do pretty solid selling in and out of Levski as well. Well, we just got freelancers and everybody stacked up all over the place, don't we? Everybody wants that quick Laranite run. Let's just make sure I don't have anybody running up behind me here. Right? Alright. Let's get on board and get this door closed quick. Watch it so nobody comes in. Alright. So yeah, I mean, as far as days go, guys, Red and War, I have no problems disclosing it, man. Like today, I ended up upside down by about 700. Wasn't where I wanted to be, but it is what it is, and it happens. Alright, back to Star Citizen. That's what we're going to do. Alright, so again, we went ahead and picked up the diamond here. Now, a couple of different options here when you're running. Actually, I already hold. I don't hold the position overnight. I went ahead and sold. That particular stock, it just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. So there was a point where it was like I still had a low limit, and it went below my lowest limit that I would hold on to. Okay. So at that point, I went ahead and liquidated so that I wouldn't take any more losses at that point, because it had already dropped down below its previous 2 weeks low at that point. It just it plummeted on me. So it was time to get out of it and get done, rather than hold and be stupid. Take the loss and suck it up. Spool Quantum Drive. All right, Red Dragon, you have a question that's been posed to you. What title should they be looking for on the GoFundMe platform? Launch Quantum Drive. So, guys, the other side of that equation, if you're just looking for some more chicken suit action and more chicken suit play, it's that Capital Ship Fund. As soon as that Capital Ship Fund gets up to 2,000, and that's donated by the tab that's down below that says donate. Once that Capital Ship Fund reaches that $2,000 mark, we will get an entire day of the chicken suit. Oh, come on, old girl. Slow it down. You need to stop. There we go. Alright. Request landing pad. 1. Chad, I'm trying not to, man. This old girl is flying fat. Landing gear down. Enter third person view. Like I said, I definitely wasn't trying to, but she's not wanting to slow down very well. No, go up. There we go. Enter third person view. Didn't want to take it, so I'll just smash the key. Alright, anything but a giant explosion right now would be really fantastic, because I just heard that ship screaming. And Red Dragon, just to be a smart aleck about it, I think I said it was like, Spool Quantum Drive. So how's everybody else's afternoon going? Like I said, this is a little bit different time slot for me, so, you know, just kind of want to see how everybody's doing today. For this one, because again, I know this girl doesn't slow down, and we got some mountains back there. Enter third person view. Landing gear down. And personally, I'm not too worried about much of this location or my landing here at this point, right? I just want to be here to make the quick turnaround, quick sail. So again, medical supplies typically in the past have been an issue. They're a really good commodity to run as far as the price gap is concerned, but most locations only buy them in such minor quantities that you can get stuck holding them on board for a while, which doesn't do you any good if you're having to sit and hold on it. So we got 50 of medical supplies, and as you can see right now, because we're still under 391 with the busted terminals, it's going to give me max value instead of what it should be doing. So, again, a good little quick profit. You know, that's not going to be an issue there. So we didn't deadhead a leg in. We made ourselves about, I want to say it was 18 or so on that run. No, we made 10. Sorry, we made 10 on that one. And then from here, what we're going to do is flip over, and we're going to go ahead and buy. You know, what we can do is, let me pull up my chart. I believe it's astatine from here. So I should be able to buy astatine from here and fully fill this ship's cargo up. Okay? Without any issues. So 84,000. Again, I've never broken 100K yet with any of these trades, at least in what my overall purchase price has been. So you don't have to have a ton of funds to be able to operate like this. Now, are you going to turn around and make 300,000-400,000 for a single shipload? No. No, you're not. But it's damn sure a good way if you first start off, or you have to earn money, or you have an account reset that screws you up funds-wise. Definitely there are ways to be able to do this and make money. Now, I could run this astatine back to Port Olisar, okay? And I could deal with potential pad rammers, I can deal with 30Ks, I could deal with all kinds of stuff, right? But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm just going to go ahead and generally brake for orbit. And while I'm doing that, okay, I'm going to be zooming out, looking here on Yela for Deacons. Okay? Deacons is my next stop. Spool Quantum Drive. I don't know why it is giving me grief this morning. Launch Quantum Drive. Oh, maybe I should wait for it to calibrate, right? Launch Quantum Drive. Okay, so again, I'm not even leaving Gila at this point. Okay? Just, it's a matter of how long it takes for me to fly in and do the approach here. Now, if I was in a much more nimble ship that actually stopped, this approach would be a hell of a lot faster. But you're about to see the bonus of this particular run. Spool Quantum Drive. So once we're here, Deacons sells medical supplies. So the thing is we can run astatine in here, and we can make, you know, what is it? 2 per share, so 20. We should make about 24K off of this from the astatine, and then when we grab our medical supplies, we should make 2 off of that. So that should be another, you know, what was that? 10K. So we can make some pretty good round-trip money with a smaller ship here and not have a ton of money invested in cargo. Landing gear down. Where is my trade tower? It's going to be that one. Enter third person view. Landing gear. And are they down? Yeah, they're already down. Okay. So for the most part, guys, because this area doesn't really get hunted that much, and that may change, but as of right now, it doesn't get hunted that much. Most people are trying to hunt, you know, a bunch of other locations. You'll be in a situation where you can get in and out and do this quite a few times. Make yourself, you know, make yourself a quick 100K off of a Freelancer or a Freelancer Max with just a couple of trips before the spot starts heating up. It's always low in this location. This is an unoptimized location, Eric. So, yep. We made about 24K off of that one. So, Deacons itself is an unoptimized location. Kind of like when you go to Levski, you get those frame rate jitters. It's pretty rough. No, I don't stream at 60. I stream at 30. Alright, so from here, again, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go ahead and pick up medical supplies, right? I know I can drop 50 SCU off. And then what we do want to do is we want to go back over and we want to look at 157, right? Or 156. Because we have stems here that we can also buy. So if we look at ArcCorp 157, they do buy stems, and they buy up to 2,000 units, okay? So if I want to go ahead and pick up another 2,000 in stems, not a ton, but again, I'm maximizing everything that I can do here out of this location. And if you're running a small ship, or you got a cuddy or something along those lines, or a, you know, just their standard Freelancer here and not the Max, you're going to be running pretty close to full cargo loads. Okay, thank you for not cycling, even though you said you were going to cycle. And just like that, it's the middle of the day. Come on, close up. Thank you. Yeah, I'm getting some real heavy lag spikes here. But don't let that throw you off. Where's the black pirate paint? I don't have the black pirate paint. I leave that to Jelly and to War Medic. See, like right now, my frame rates are probably in the upper teens, which is really, really messed up for me. There we go. Brake for orbit. And again, right back to it. We're going to pick Crusader, Gila, and 157. We're already at 9,000. Spool quantum drive. Spool quantum drive. So let's see, where's it putting us? Right there. launch Quantum Drive. So normally this is where I would beat this route to death. I would just keep going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Again, for argument's sake here, it's not what I'm planning on doing. Again, I'm just trying to go through and show a couple of different options that everybody has available to them. And if Crusader area and Tram and Myers and all this other that's over here is constantly getting bombarded and beat down, let's say you have no comma rays and there's a bunch of pirates running around, we can run out and we can do the same kind of stuff over in area, you know, in ArcCorp and just enjoy that one. Spool Quantum Drive. Landing gear down. Well, Jelly, we're going to experience a lot of that here soon. Uh-oh, wrong button. Didn't mean to do that. It's another freelancer. Alright, let's see what you got. Enter third-person view. It was cool for about a day, and now it's like an actual flight to leave a planet each time. You're not hunting Ariel no more. Okay. Well, you know, it is what it is, man. Maybe some of that stuff will kind of deter some of the, you know, some of the guys that are just doing some pirating and hunting and things like that. Either that or it's going to turn the ballista into a freaking fantastic owned item. Oh, it'll be there. We'll find out very quickly, because day one I will be probably spending all night long as soon as it hits the PU. I'll be spending all night long trying to get used to flight mechanics again. Alright, so advice here, sell your medical supplies first. Sell the expensive stuff first. Alright, so normally, again, right here, I would be loading back up and heading back over to Deacons, okay? Not what I'm going to end up doing for this particular run, because, again, I want to have a little bit of a stream that people can get back to, go pull up information on, and immediately run back out and do some other stuff, right? So, I would not be deadheading here, to say the least. This is the primary stuff that I will run and do out here in Crusader. So right now we're going to move on to a completely different part of the verse. Enter third-person view. Alright, good. So it did close. And next thing's next. We're going to take a little bit of a flight. We're heading down to ArcCorp. Alright? Now, you got Walla and you got Lyra, but we're going to head down to ArcCorp, and then we're going to head up to Walla. And we'll discuss those trades as we get there. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. Let's see, Eric, I think there has been a setting that's hindering your thrust from my ship, if at all. Okay. Spool quantum drive. We got a long flight ahead of us. Having to use boost, turn flight proximity assist to off, as it limits your thrust when you are on the ground. That's good to know, Anderson. Launch quantum drive. Camera and random. Was posted by Chad on Discord. Okay, well, give Chad his dues. Still had to afterburn the 600 to get her off the ground, at least at Area 18. I hope it helps. But it's actually useful. Alright, well, again, I don't know. I can't comment on those until after I legitimately get a chance to see what's going on with it. And you guys will see my live reaction here on stream. So, now the 600i Jelly, even in 3.9, it still takes a little bit to get off the ground. Or 3.9.1, it still takes a little bit to get off the ground. I usually afterburn it to get it to initially do the liftoff. But I can only imagine what the freaking Reclaimer is going to be like if the 600i is struggling. I mean, if that's the case, the Reclaimer, even though it's a VTOL, may never even get off the freaking ground. Well, Jelly, in space, yeah, I could fly it like a freelancer, but on atmosphere, especially those the heavier planets like Hurston and stuff like that, I always had problems with it there. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Shiryuki, welcome to stream. Glad to see you back on. Yeah, I remember having that conversation with you about, you know, its role, and if you roll it and use your pitch, you're doing a lot better than just using the yaw on it. That's going to come down to who wants to pilot, why they want to pilot it, and I mean, because we also had the conversation before that it's barely considered an exploration ship at this point. So, you know, it is what it is. Stop all commands. Oh yeah, Shiryuki, don't worry about it, man. It is what it is. Real life is real life. You know, I'm glad that you're able to drop in when you do drop in. I'm glad you think high enough of the stream in order to be able to jump in here when you do get the opportunity. Enter third-person view. Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Alright, so we are flying into Walla, right? So we have a couple different options here on Walla that we can deal with. Most of them are mining facilities, so we're going to see if we can stretch out a little bit here, right? And we'll take a look again. Because I want to say it's either 45 or 56 at this location is the better of the two, right? So since I do have cruise control on, let me go ahead and turn that off. So back to Gallic. Now it's time to do a little bit more in the line of looking at a few locations here. So they are really good about diamond over here. Alright, so diamond is available, laranite's available, titanium's available, but again, I'm going to look at it from a diamond perspective here. Okay, so over here on Walla, they have a couple of locations that don't have a very high refresh rate, and you can pick up, you know, at least one load here, and then get ready to offload it, right? But because you're sitting in any one of these locations with about the same refresh rate, just go to wherever you need to, especially with a smaller ship. Okay, you're going to be able to fill it up. There's more than plenty capacity at any of these locations. And then when you want to turn around and sell it, if you're on, again, a smaller ship, let's talk about, you know, the fact that you can go back into Area 18 and you're able to sell here at Arcor, and they do take quite a bit. So a small ship, good quick turnaround. Again, if you got a whole bunch of people all over the place and they're hunting Tram and Myers, they're hunting a bunch of locations, come out here. There's not as many people that are playing out here doing that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to simulate this one. I'm just going to go ahead and fly into Walla, and I'm going to pick up at any one of these locations. So 4-5, 4-8, or 5-6, and then we're headed now to Arcor. So whichever one we line up first on. There's 4-5. Launch Quantum Drive. Again, while we're doing this, so we're going into 4-5, right? So I could click here and take a look. Obviously, they're going to take medical supplies, they're going to take processed food and stems, so it's just like most locations, right? But I could also buy laranite here, and I can get a decent supply of laranite for a smaller ship, okay? So keep that in mind. Diamond and laranite are things that are capable of being pulled from these locations as well. That sun's going to be a killer. Spool Quantum Drive. Enter third-person view. Well, that isn't going to help me see if I got any mountains coming up. This could be a very interesting flight. Just buy some sunglasses. Yeah, see, these are the approaches that I don't like when you have the sun like this. Landing gear down. Enter third-person view. These are the ones that you almost just guarantee that I want to fly by and then come back to, but It's all good. Enter third-person view. Because if we were to go too fast here, we'd smack right into that damn mountain. And I've done it before. Now, in interest of speed's sake, I really am not worried about the platform. And notice how I haven't jumped into doing any drug running today. Because I've got a very big sneaking suspicion that as soon as those terminals start acting normally, you will never be able to sell your drugs again, and you'll be right back into the same boat that you were in before, which is you have to take a ship and you have to park it. But it's not going to stop me from trying. I'll just do it with my freelancer. I won't do it with another ship. Alright, so as you can see, obviously, Laranite, if I wanted to, I could fully fill up at this location because they have the units in order to be able to do it. But in most cases, you're going to be sitting in a situation where, you know, as a beginner trader, you're going to go ahead and try and fill up on diamond, not to have most of the risk. So 70k worth of diamond. And then back on to Area 18. Now, keep in mind, there is enough of a basic supply here that you should be able to get in and out of this location and either do diamond here in Laranite or diamond titanium. And you could bounce back and forth from Area 18 to here pretty easily. And again, make quite a bit of funds in general. All this is geared towards the rookie trader. The guys that aren't sitting with 10+ million in their accounts. Let's see, so Area 18. Are you really gonna not let me set it? Really? Why? There we go. Now, please tell me, those of you that have been in the PTU, please tell me that the freaking mobiGlas and the navigation system is working better. Spool quantum drive. That sucks, Jelly. That royally sucks. Launch quantum drive. And let's see, this stream is also for beginning pirates so they can learn what the traders are doing and where to go. Fair enough. If a pirate wants to know what their quarry is going to do, then yeah, by all means, they can do that kind of research as well. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. I mean, the markers aren't crazy offset anymore, but they are still hard to hit. Okay. Jelly. Okay. Well, see, like I said, it's a good thing that you're, generally on my side. So, any of these, anytime you want to jump in and fly with me and be a gunner or whatever else, or just fly one of these other ships for me, I don't have a problem with it, man. I'd love to have you there rather than hunting me down. Enter third person view. Alright, let's see. So, it's not there. There it is. Landing gear down. So is that the real reason why you and War Medic started hanging out here? Is just so that you could find out how to hunt people down better? Because trust me, I've learned how to commit more crimes, because you've been here. No comment. Uh-huh. I think you're here because I call on your knowledge a bunch. That's what's really going on. You plead the fifth. Well, since we're not in a court of law, it's all good. Enter third person view. Request landing pad. One. Where are you gonna put me? There it is. Put me in an actual bay? Huh. Interesting. Buddy, you are flying into what looks like my shit. No. You're over there on that side. Okay. Angle that I had made it look like he was coming into mine. Enter third person view. There we go. My guess is it should have already closed those doors, but alright. Let's just see if it gives me a parking infraction. So yeah, at this point, we're going to be circling the verse on some of these just non-Laranite runs at this, just to make sure that people really get it and understand where you can go, what you can do. I mean, because at the end of the day, so far, I mean, I haven't like really been trying to keep track of the profit, but it's been stable. It's been non-stop, constant trades. And we've been making between 10 and 25K every single delivery. So see, which one is this one? And again, I don't come out here all the time, guys, so my navigating skills within Area 18, I only hit this location up when I absolutely need to, because other things are real hotbeds. So, pretty straightforward, pretty simple. You know, and it's because I fly a Caterpillar most of the time, and there is a glitch here at Area 18. I think it's hangar number 8, when you're flying something the size of a Caterpillar. There's this invisible wall or whatever, and it blows your ship up. So I don't tend to risk it, but since I'm flying a Freelancer today, it is what it is. Yeah, I think I jumped on the wrong one, Jelly. I think I should have stayed over to that one that was on the left-hand side. But I have an answer for that because I'm already here. So I will just reset myself. Yeah. It did. It brought me over to the wrong place. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to sit here and ride the train the entire damn time. So, ragdoll it. Like I said, I don't come out here very often, so I mean, that's just the downfall of it. I am not as familiar with the location. Enter third-person view. But I do know if I wake up and I happen to be here like I just messed that up, this is the way I would normally do it anyway. Where I would just basically kind of commit suicide, reset my character, and use the escalator here, because the moment that I come out, I should be able to find the trade district. Enter third-person view. Right. So, if I remember correctly, there's San Saba. Oh, back this way. Run through here. Come out here and right across. TDD. So again, I'm not looking for like major commodity sales here or anything like that, but I can liquidate what I was able to purchase immediately off of Walla. Okay, now this, because you're having to do a long approach and you're having to get in here and run through a city, not the fastest way to do this, but we deal with it, right? No, I want to sell from my Freelancer diamond. So there we go. Another quick little bout of cash. Now the downside here is that what they have to buy, right? This forces me into a situation where I'm deadheading because I don't want scrap and I don't want waste. So this is one where I would say if you're going to do this, you need, in this location, you need to make sure that you are dealing with quite a bit of higher end commodities. Your Laranite would be a good one because you're not going to get your round robin here. don't need convention. I need spaceport. Now, I'm not going to fly in and out of Area 18 again, over and over and over again, obviously. Okay? The next little bounce that we're going to make, because it's a pretty easy straight shot that, you know, you can get what you need between laranite, diamond, titanium, all here on Walla in a couple of these different locations between the different ArcCorp mining locations. And then you can feed them back here into Area 18. If you're on a Caterpillar, you want to take a little bit longer run, go ahead and fill up with that stuff and then run it back to Lorville. Okay? Again, until I've confirmed that they've fixed Hangar 8 here at Area 18, it's not worth the risk. But if you're flying a Freelancer Max or something along those lines and you just want to run that laranite from ArcCorp off of Walla right back here, perfect. You'll make a good ton of money. It's large ships. Anything that where a Caterpillar would have to land. So it's any of the larger ships, Jelly. I've had it blow up my 600. I've had it blow up my Caterpillar. So, I mean, if 310 has fixed it, then fantastic, right? That changes the context of the conversation altogether. But as of right now, from my experience to this point, I don't want to give people the wrong information. But with my experience to this point, it's a huge risk to try and fly in and out of Hangar 8. Alright, so next thing's next. Let's go ahead and grab our... It's impounded. That's because I parked it funky. Alright, whatever. Hangar 3. Alright, so again, we're going to bounce back out of here, ArcCorp. There are a couple of those, and again, I'm not going to go through each and every single one of them, but your ArcCorp mining facilities off of Walla. That's all you need to remember. You can run those, and you can pick up whatever you want from those and drop them back into Area 18. You're just going to have a deadhead leg, so make sure what you're running is worth it. So... I love that free look issue right there. It's always fantastic. Alright, now I will make an announcement. One of our winners on Friday did let me know that he was going to be on vacation this week, and that he, in case there was a reset for 310, that he did not want to have the ship or the Freelancer Max go to waste. He wanted it to go to somebody who could use it. So, that said, tomorrow there will be a giveaway for the Freelancer Max. It was his. He said go ahead and just treat him like a sponsor for it. So tomorrow's stream will be another Freelancer Max giveaway. just for those that are hanging around here for a good portion of the day, you guys will have access to get a hold of a in-game purchase Freelancer Max, which means you do have to have an account. But you know, hopefully we don't get a wipe and we don't have any other issues go on, and we'll be pretty stable. And if all those things play out, then whoever wins the Freelancer Max will have a good little trading ship on their hands. And if you have a bigger prize in mind, then let's just say I'm giving you the cash to make the purchase, equivalent to the Freelancer Max. And if you want to use that cash another way, then by all means, feel free to use that cash another way. Because at that point, it's yours. Alright, let's see. Let's orient my map the way I like to see it. And next thing's next. So obviously, we can run in and out of Ariel if we really wanted to. Okay? Ariel itself, we know, is where Titanium and Laranite come, you know, where everybody goes to get whatever they want. Eda, either location. The only thing you're really looking at from Eda is Astatine. Okay? So quick runs, Astatine back into Lorville. You'll be good to go there. Titanium or Laranite from Ariel back into Lorville. However, there is Aberdeen here. And we're going to head out to... We're going to set this, because there's a couple of things here. And this is a route that Chad had come across, and it worked out pretty well for him. Spool Quantum Drive. Now, this is, again, also, if you don't mind flying across the verse long distances. Okay? Launch Quantum Drive. The longer you are in flight, the more you risk that 30K to pop up. Okay. I guess I'll just hang out here. That was fun. Yeah, it decided that it didn't like me anymore, and the AI that was on board just said, screw you, I'm doing my own thing. So, yeah. At least it didn't do it with a full load of cargo, right? So, the good news is, at least I'm still looking at it from a standpoint of I didn't have any losses today so far, which is great. And in all honesty, with just these trade routes, I've probably made about 300 plus K at this point. So, enter third person view. So a couple hours, 300K, you know, I'll take it. Oh, not the one I wanted. I wanted that one. I'm sure we'll be okay here in a minute, but does suck when that happens. Now, the next route, in all honesty, is the next route, in all honesty, is intended for a Caterpillar. It's not intended for a smaller ship. Okay, So you need something that is going to be sitting in the 300 plus cargo room. Okay, so you could do it with a Starfarer, or you could do it with a couple of these others. But legitimately, it was intended to be with a cat because that's what you need, the quantity to make the money off of this trade. Okay? So I'll go ahead and pull out a Caterpillar for this next run. And Infinite Swag, no problem. I appreciate you saying that, man. You know, again, I've said it from day one. After figuring out how trading and everything works in the verse, what to do, when to do it, how to do it, where to go. I just got sick and tired of people in chat that would turn around and say, you can't make money at this. I mean, that's an absolute bullshit statement. Yeah, there are other ways to make money, and there are other ways to do stuff in the verse, but if you like a chill day and you just like to fly and you just want to be able to make some cash while you're doing it, hey, trading is not a bad option. You just got to know what you're doing with it. Are there ways to make money doing dogfighting? Absolutely. Are there ways to make money doing box delivery missions? Absolutely. Are there ways to make money being a pirate and extorting people? Absolutely. You know, but do what you enjoy. Now, one thing I don't do a ton of on this channel is mining anymore. I ground my cat out by doing nothing but running mining runs for days upon days and hours upon hours. So I can do it and I can do it well, but it's just one that's like, it's almost like a bitter pill to swallow at this point. Let's see, everything is stored. Okay, that's all kinds of fun. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and do the claim. Take a minute here. Let's go down and Freelancer Max, right? Oh, they stored it. Huh, interesting. Last time I had that happen, I actually had to claim the ship, so if that's the case, then just to show it, I'm just going to jump on it and go. Hangar 3. I don't need the Caterpillar to show it. Alright, I have officially run out of water. That means I've got the rest of this stream on nothing. Let's see if my voice holds up. Any bets on whether or not I'm going to fall out of the ship again? Guess it would also help if I actually requested to get the hell out of here, right? Enter third-person view. Landing gear up. Alright, I interrupted that one. Landing gear up. I guess it just doesn't want to listen to me today. Landing gear up. just doesn't want to listen to that command today. Alright, so let's plan it again. Anderson, I believe. Oh, Aberdeen, sorry. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. Camera and random. So, Jelly and anybody else that's been in the 310 PTU, did they fix the issues where you are falling out of your ship like that? Have you guys run into any kind of problems along those lines? Do I have some screen tearing going on behind my right shoulder there? Looks like I do. Okay. Might be something I have to look at with the green screen back behind me. Might got something on there. Or just some shadows casting. Through the HABs? What I mean by that is the ships. You know, like the issue there where I was going into quantum and it just drops you out of it. Okay, fair enough. We'll see. Hopefully that's one that it's a quality of life issue that they did fix. So hopefully it will be there. Stop all commands. Enter third-person view. Spool quantum drive. Spool quantum drive. Alright, so where we are going now and what we're going after, and again, this is Chad who came across this. If you're running anything into Lorville, right? You know, Diamond from Tram and Meyer. So if you're making that cross-verse run, okay, you can pick up scrap from Lorville and run it back immediately, okay? That's not an issue, and again, this is designed around a caterpillar, okay? However, if you want to make the most that you possibly can make really, really quickly, it's grab astatine from Ida and then fly back out, okay? Run back across over to Port Olisar and sell it. But if you want to guarantee a good, steady income, and you know, you have this option here. Over here on Norgard, right? You have this huge, huge supply. Either here or at Anderson. Norgard has the better price in general, but you have this huge supply of gold. Okay, so you can fly out of Lorville, and instead of making 50 cents on the dollar, or for every unit you purchase, you can go over here And again, most people are not going to be hunting Aberdeen per se, like they would Ida. So if you got a bunch of people either hitting up Ida and hitting up Astatine, or hitting up traders just left and right, then feel free. You know, just bolt over here to Aberdeen. Find your location. That's Anderson, Norgard, I believe is what it was. Yep, it's Norgard. Launch Quantum Drive. Grab gold from here and fly that back over to Port Olisar. Again, it may not be the prettiest run in the world, but round trip between running Diamond, I think you net like 60 or 70k, and then running in a Caterpillar, then in this gold, you're going to net another, you know what, 50k, something like that. I mean, you end up with about 100 to 110k profit round trip by the time it's said and done. So you can just kind of ignore a lot of the stuff that's going on with people in the verse at that point, because again, you're hitting up locations to purchase stuff that people don't usually use. Now, flying through a sandstorm like this is a little unnerving, because as you can see, there are my altimeters. You know, I'm about 3,000 meters off the ground, but I'm 10k out. So this one's a little bit annoying when you're trying to actually line up on the locations and get it all right. Landing gear down. Matter of fact, I figure that I'm upside down. There we go. Enter third-person view. Hey, Saucer, how you doing today? No, I'm in live, Saucer. Again, I don't go into the PTU until after it releases. My viewpoint is, why play an alpha of an alpha? That's just asking for even more grief. I know a lot of people want to see the changes right off the bat, but I can wait. Doesn't bother me. Alright, good low gravity. Got plant life. This might be a fun little place to drive around at. Yeah, I'll experience it live, Saucer. Well, so War Medic, they're working for me, bud. So, Saucer, right now, the thought process is that trading's only going to change in the capacity of they're fixing the supply and demand, which means you're not going to get the best price, you're not going to sell it for the best price, and you're going to have to deal with limited quantities of stock on hand at locations instead of being able to reset terminals. Which is the reason why on this, what normally would be a Newbie Monday, a Trade 101, I'm going through and I'm just showing a bunch of different variations of the original trade routes that are capable of running, so that you don't get bogged down with not being able to trade because all you remember how to do is max out a terminal with titanium or laranite. So it is what it is. So again, I'm grabbing gold here, max purchase on the Freelancer, 64K, almost 65, right? So at none of these with the Freelancer max here have I exceeded an 85K purchase price. So I'm never risking a whole ton. So if I'm sitting at 160,000 in my bank account, that's what makes this possible. You have the ability to do trades like this very, very quickly and not have to have an excessively high overhead that you can't earn within a matter of a couple hours. Alright, let's see. Well, Saucer, again, a lot of this stuff, I mean, you can go back and you can take a look at some of these historical videos that I've got sitting out there, and they'll take you through every piece of what you need to know to do historical trading. That's, again, I'm here as an information source, and you can always ask me, but that's really why I'm trying to do this, is because there's going to be a whole ton of people that are in a scenario where they don't know what they're doing, and they'll end up losing a ton of cash to be able to do it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Saucer, the Caterpillar is always going to have its place. Okay? Carrack will have its place. It has enough cargo to be able to run a pretty good clip, right? For example, Tram&Meyer's Diamond to Lorville, and then jumping over here to Aberdeen and picking up gold and taking it back to Port Olisar. That run is always going to be fantastic on a Caterpillar. Being able to pick up full loads of astatine on Ida and run those back into Port Olisar or to Lorville. Great runs. You know, you can still attempt to do titanium. You'll probably make good money doing titanium as well with Caterpillars. Laranite's going to be a bit of a stretch just because it's not going to refresh very fast and everybody's going to be trying to grab it. So, is what it is. You will definitely still be able to make an absolute killing, and I would prefer to fly a cat over anything else any day anyway. Alright, so again, what I just showed was if you were to go to Lorville from Crusader area with Diamond and you sell there, you'd launch off, head over to Aberdeen, pick up gold, and now we're back on our way to Port Olisar. However, because I have been running this ship like it is nobody's business here, I'm out of fuel. So we're going to have to make a stop somewhere. Just to get some gas. Spool quantum drive. And you guys have seen it. I've been running this ship hard all day long. Launch quantum drive. Damn, I was going to grab a drink, but remember, that's empty. So, Saucer, one thing I want you to understand, though, is um, a caterpillar, just regardless of whether you have a caterpillar or a carrack, right? Sheer quantity is always going to be your best friend. Okay? So the fact that the caterpillar and the carrack have really high cargo load amounts, those are going to be the reason why you can take a smaller or lesser commodity like scrap and you can make money on it. You could take a smaller commodity like, who knows? Let's just pop back over here. Let's take a look while we gotta get this all going on, right? So, you could take things like tungsten. You could take things like gold. You could take things like aluminum. And even though they only have a very small profit margin, like this has 23 cents, this has, let's see, 55, on the tungsten.
You have gained recognition.
You can kind of go through all of that, okay? Let's see. Saucer, thank you for the Tier 1 subscription, buddy. I really do appreciate it. But because you have the larger capacities, you can still make good amount of money by the time it's all said and done. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. Going back to when Chad and I were completely, and I'm telling you, we were flat broke. We had starting funds, okay? We pooled our money and started running my Caterpillar. And Chad would fly and I would do the sell and purchase activities. And we ended up doing, I think it was processed food and distilled spirits and scrap runs. It was a round trip run, and we were making about 48K every 20 minutes. So it was enough that we would make a run, do it again, and then we would go over and over and over and over again, right? And at that point in time, we'd get to the end of the day, and we'd take half of the funds, and we'd shift half of the funds to Chad's account. And Chad always held on to this, like, backed up, if we had a 30K and we crashed and I lost my money, then we had Chad's funds in his account to start off with. And it worked out very, very well for both of us to be able to make those types of runs. And then we shifted over to where we were running 2 Caterpillars at a time. And we started doubling that profit over to where with 2 Caterpillars we were making 100K every, basically every 20 minutes doing that run. And we never risked more than 85K per load. Okay? So we were making 100 every 20 minutes, but at no point in time on the Caterpillar did we ever have more than 85,000 at risk. So we made a killing doing that. It was boring, but we made a killing doing it. That's what we considered our grind. Request landing pad. 1. Are you kidding me? I'm sitting right in front of this, and you're going to tell me that this isn't it. Thanks. Guess I'm technically closer to this one. Landing gear down. Enter third-person view. Now, let's see if... Yeah, Chad. Damn grind. You remember it well, man. It was rough. Those days were rough, but we were able to get through it. just out of curiosity, before I get down there too close, let's take a look. That's all I want to see. Just fill me up. Yep. Let's see. Having a friend pilot the Carrack with me in a Cuddy Black. He just hovers. You get out, fill a thing without touching down. Yeah. So that's a pretty standard technique. One of the other things that you can do is you can save yourself to the Carrack's bed as your spawn point, and you could have somebody with another large ship, one of your other large ships, fly in, fill it up, and then you spawn back into the Carrack after filling it up and take off. I mean, it's a good way to go. Alright, so I should be good to lift off now, get the heck back out of Dodge here. Whoa! Alright, almost smacked that. And let's go ahead and finish up our leg here. Alright, back to Port O. Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Okay, so, but for the lower risk shipments, it's wonderful. Yeah, it is. You had an issue with the ICU. It hasn't let you spawn back into it in a week or so. I had a load bug for a while. Every time I died, I had to Alt F4 when I went back to prison. Fixed it. Didn't matter what my spawn points were. Yeah, I know that had happened to you, Chad. That's just interesting that your ICU didn't set your spawn point, Saucer. That's really weird. Alright, so then according to Chad, what may fix that is go to prison. So get yourself a crime stat of 1, go get dead, go to prison, sit there for, like, go get a trespassing or something. Go to prison, wait it out a few minutes, and then once you're out of prison, hopefully that fixes it. God, I keep reaching for my drink. I don't want to get up and walk away. Let's see. Fighting some grievers who tried to steal my Carrack. Okay. And that didn't fix your ICU issue, or have you tried it since then? Alright, well, again, I mean, it's, what, Saucer, what do you lose by giving it a try? Go commit a crime, serve out the sentence, and, you know, make it something cheesy that's easy to get, you know, that's easy to get put in jail for. Nobody said you had to commit a homicide to do it. Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Alright, again guys, so these are all the various combinations of trade routes that can be exploited. I mean, there's more, don't get me wrong, but you're gonna have to find some of those. I'm not gonna give you everything that I run. Request landing pad. 1. Landing gear down. Oh, great. Put me on a back one. I love those. Enter third-person view. That's on me. I overturned the crap out of that. I am not blocking an active. This one's mine. You gave it to me. Now, if you impound my ship, I'm going to be pissed off because this is where you told me to land. Yep, it's going to impound my damn ship. I can hear the speech in the background. Alrighty, let's see. And gone. Yep. Damn sensitive freaking landing terminal. Yeah, alright. Whatever. Make me have to pay to do this. Alrighty, so anyway, like I said, this was designed for a cat, so you think 5 times this price, or 5 times the amount here, okay? Let's go ahead and grab our Freelancer Max, so 641. So this was a pretty cheap load up. We're gonna make you know, roughly 12,000 on this. But we would end up making about 5 times that amount over on a Caterpillar. So, you know, or 4 times the amount. So, pretty good little profit run if you're just looking to make sure that you're maximizing as much as you can both ways, in and out. Now, to end the stream on a very, very fun note, let me go ahead and... You stored it, but you didn't charge me for it. Okay, I'll deal with it. Cutlass Black. Alright. So, alright, the Aberdeen trade route to get the gold. Okay? That is the second leg. Okay? The leg that comes before that is something that would send you from Port Olisar area, from the Crusader area, over to the Hurston area, Saucer. So let's say you go to Tram and Myers and you pick up Diamond. Okay? You're going to run that Diamond over into Lorville. Launch from Lorville, and then you're going to go to Aberdeen, pick up gold, and come back to Port Olisar. and you can continue to make that round trip. Now here from Port Olisar, you would pick up medical supplies, and you would take it back to Tram & Myers. Okay? So that way, you're really not dealing with a whole bunch of dead legs or no cargo hauls. Okay? So that's how you build up how to make the most profitable potential run that you have. No worries, man. Okay. I thought it said 02. Apparently it did not. So we'll go the other way. And like I said, just for good measure, final run, drugs. Just so I can keep up with my UI updates and stuff. Spool Quantum Drive. Launch Quantum Drive. Alright. So I'm not going to do anything crazy here. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to go for the most expensive drugs that are on the market, because that wouldn't necessarily be available to most people in the first place. Spool Quantum Drive. Let's see. We have 2. Oh, I have 3. Launch Quantum Drive. Alright, so Alutroxin is what we're going to be looking for. We're going to be picking up from New In Waste Management and heading over to Grim Hex. They take 4,000 units, which is almost my entire cargo bay on a cuddy. Spool Quantum Drive. Good, it's a nighttime approach. That should be about it right there. And we're going to set our cruise control and just bolt on in. Although I think I'm probably just a little off to the right here as I lined up and as I look back at it. But get a little closer in, we'll be able to see, make a determination. Because if I had to take a guess, I think it's probably about right here-ish. Enter third person view. And for those of you that don't know what I just did with the with how I was lining myself up there, I got some videos that are on that you might want to go back and check. They're specifically on certain UIs, how to line up for new and waste management, at least during 3.9. Enter third person view. Alright, so let's slow this bad boy down. Enter third person view. Yeah, I think we are just slightly off and it's to our upper left here. Enter third person view. Because it's hard to see on the screen right now, okay? But there is a dark patch that is just above my left engine, and that's the top of a mesa. So if I shift, I am now aimed directly at where that curve of that mesa is. That's what I figured was going to end up happening, is I thought I was just a bit off to the right. So let's go ahead and get our approach in a little bit further, get us down to where we can partially see some of the ground here a little bit better. Enter third person view. Alright. That rock face should be what I'm looking for, because this mesa right here is what I am wanting to aim for. There she is. Landing gear down. Lights. And there we go. New and waste management. Hidden location. An absolutely a jewel of a gem for where to buy your drugs at in this game. They have most everything that you could need. Now, let's make sure that it's going to register me to the location, though. That sometimes is your biggest issue, is whether or not it'll register you to the location. Let's see, show me my ships. There they are. So there's the freelancer that's glitched out. Now, I want, in order to be able to sell, I don't want 4,600, I want 4,000, right? Alright. Now, that means that I should be able to pick up something else. So that's 170K. So 170K is what we're looking at right now. As far as Neon is concerned, let me grab my little cheat sheet book here. I got a few things written down that I keep track of. So, Widow would be my next sale, right? But a lot of people try and run Widow. So I'm going to back off of Widow, and I'm going to go for the next one, which is ETAM. Okay? Port Olisar will take 800 ETAM, which is 8 SCU, right? So I don't have 8 SCU, I only have 6 left, so I should be good no matter what. So this should be a one-shot sell. So 170, so I'm at like 221K right now, right? Big, big investment. Drugs always are a huge investment. But with any luck, we're not going to be sitting on them for long. And all things considering, we just have to make a very short, quick flight. Landing gear up. VTOL. VTOL. Alright, Grim Hex. Final destination for the stream today. Let's see if we can make it. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. No, it's not over, Red Dragon. It'll still happen. I just have to have the missions pop up for me. I checked earlier today before I had gotten on with anybody, and it still wasn't popping up at that point. Spool quantum drive. I told you I'd do the Eckhart missions, and I guarantee you I will do the Eckhart missions. Like I said, they just have to pop up for me. Launch quantum drive. Spool quantum drive. Launch quantum drive. Alright, so again, those of you that know me know that Grim Hex is not my favorite place. As a matter of fact, it kind of concerns me coming in and out of here because there's way too many people with stuff that likes to hide from you. So my technique here is to kind of burn in as fast as I possibly can and get to the Armistice Zone before I do anything else. Because one torpedo, and that's 221K lost. Alright, so there's the Armistice Zone. Request landing pad. 1, big one today. Landing gear down. Enter third person view. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now it's just a matter of getting out this girl and getting our final sail done. So there are a ton more expensive drugs to be able to run. But again, when 310 hits and trade terminals are kind of restricted a little bit, you're going to have a lot of people doing this stuff. So because Grim Hex is going to be extremely popular to do this at, I'm just going to warn you, give you a word to the warning. It's going to be rough to trade anything other than the Alutoxin. Because the problem's going to be that you can sell it at your other locations, like your HURLs and CURs, where the hidden terminals are, but the prices for sale will make you lose money on them. Before he can get there, sell, grab it. Come on, show me my ship, please. Let's get rid of... No, I said sell. That probably just cost it for me. Alutoxin. Get rid of it all. So that was 230K. Alright. And then turn around on top of it. Another 69,000. So 299,000. And it was a 221K investment. So that, again, another quick little run, gives you a good little boost there if you have some cash and you just need to be able to get in. So, I mean, that was what, 70 plus? You know, that was a 78,000 run, 78,000 credit run. So it's still there. You can still do it. You guys can make some money on it. Just understand, do it with the ship when 310 hits. Do it with a ship that you're not going to be flying all the time in case you have to park it. Because it's not worth trying to continue to risk it or having to fly stuff that you don't want to fly. So, where are we at, man? It's almost 3. So I think this is where the day kind of gets to a point where it's time for me to wrap this up, guys. So I appreciate it. I'm gonna flip on over here to my closing screen, and for all of you guys that resub today, I do appreciate it. Thank you very much, and guys, be here tomorrow. We're going to have the sponsored Freelancer Max giveaway. And, again, noon Central Time to 3 o'clock in the afternoon for me. And I'll see you guys then.